Hello, I'm Andy, and I'm going to read to you a weekly horoscopes for zodiac signs, and that's for you coming from Taurus. And this is for the month of June, but especially from the 1st of June to the 10th of June. So let's start with the 1st of June. The 1st of you coming from Taurus doesn't start very well. It makes you very finicky and very particular about things, showing arrogance and a tendency to have very poor teamwork. So morning and afternoon session of this Thursday, which is the 1st of June, can cause problems at your place of work or if you are in business. And even when you communicate with your marriage or family people or with your romance partner, you will tend to be a person who is just wanting to be a perfectionist and looking to criticize. Well, having heard that from me, don't do that. Make a concerted effort not to do that. Be agreeable, be approachable, be kind, be supportive, and you will control these couple of planets who want you to do the opposite. I don't like your evening and nightfall session either. In fact, they get really worse. Planets slow down a lot. So get ready for evening, nightfall, or even during the earlier part of the day, cancellations, postponements, frustration that what you want, the news is not coming for you, delays of this will frustrate you throughout the whole day. And so if you are going to socialize in the evening and nightfall session, watch out for these sorts of frustration which I've just mentioned. And you may meet some people that you know from your past, and that's not going to make you very happy. Or you may get some news about what happened in the past which may be brought up, and that again you will not be very happy. So if you don't really have to socialize, just go back to the safety of your own home. June the 2nd starts very well for you. A beautiful morning and afternoon session. But having said that, there is one lonely, lonesome, very nasty planet waiting to also bring disruption in the morning and afternoon session. And even before you leave home, something said, something done will already start to bring anger. This anger planet can cause now and then in the morning and afternoon sessions for your temper to rise. So tell yourself in the morning afternoon session, I have to control my temper, otherwise all my attempts are going to be wasted. Now this nasty planet remains for the whole day and gets very strong in the late afternoon, evening and nightfall period. And that's when a danger of accidents, a danger of verbal fights or emotional fights or physical fights, where confrontation and provocation comes against you, or maybe it comes from you, and it makes, as the day moves on, worse and worse. So the morning afternoon wants to help you a lot, but as I said, there are planets who bring little upsets, but watch out, these planets get very strong during the evening and nightfall session. So is it going to be worthwhile your socializing or discussing business during the nightfall or evening session, or being out with your career, job or bosses, or even wanting to cause difficulties if you're socializing with your marriage or family people or even romance partner? Be in safe surroundings. But if you have to be out, well then tell yourself that you cannot afford to show your temper, and at all costs you must take the soft approach in all areas of your life. June the 3rd, which is a Saturday, it starts with planets who make you dominating, very bossy, very stubborn, and saying things which others find that you are very strict. And it's also joined by planets who make you very arrogant and a perfectionist. So well, you are a difficult person to deal with almost through the whole of the 3rd of June, which is a Saturday. And it should be a nice Saturday. So having heard this from me, tell yourself and promise yourself you will not dominate, you will not be stubborn, you will not be a perfectionist, you will not be arrogant. Do the opposite. Be supportive, be friendly, allow others to take the lead. And by doing this, you will be able to tame these planets of the 3rd of June, and you'll make this a much better Saturday for yourself. 4th of June. Now, the 4th of June can be really bad in the morning afternoon session. So I can see how from the 3rd it flows on to the 4th. The 4th of June morning and afternoon session are very difficult. It's a Sunday. So a Sunday should be a nice day, family orientated or allowing you to relax, but these planets don't do that. These couple of planets make you rebellious. They make you a person who doesn't want to follow rules and regulations. They make you a person who will not follow the plans made by others. So of course, everybody else gets very disappointed and fed up with you. So tell yourself for the morning, afternoon, and by the way, these planets don't disappear in the evening nightfall session either. So tell yourself for the whole of the 4th of June, you are going to let others take the lead. You are not going to cause any kind of rebelliousness from yourself. And if this rebelliousness comes from others or this stubbornness comes from others, try to cope with it in a soft manner. However, I like your evening and nightfall session very much. Now suddenly 2 planets move in. Now these 2 planets are also there in the morning afternoon session, but they come and go and they give you some good news now and then. But the majority of morning afternoon is not to your favor, but evening nightfall session, these couple of good planets of yours take the lead, and they make you very lucky meeting people on this 4th of June on a Sunday if you are socializing. Romance can be found, business contacts can be found, good news about a job you may be looking for can be found. So you need to be active during the evening and nightfall session, being without other people. You can be active with your marriage partner, family people, or romance partner as well. So the day ends very nicely for you. But at the same time, drive carefully, don't be rebellious in any form. When you become rebellious, you become a person angry very quickly as well. So try to take the soft approach throughout the whole day. The 5th of June, now it starts with very fast planets that cause argument, hastiness, impatience from you. Immediately tell yourself, now the 5th of June can do all that and it's going to cause provocation of some kind or another. So I would rather the 5th of June, which is a Monday, even before you leave home, take the soft approach, be polite. Don't make hasty calculations, hasty statements. And at your place of work in the morning, afternoon session, mistakes can be made, and these can be pretty bad mistakes. And so if you are hasty, impatient, you will be open to making careless mistakes, calculation, information going wrong. So focus on what is important, take your time, otherwise things are going to get out of hand. And also these planets can cause argument. Now these are very mental planets, so they make your mind also very agile, and you can find good ways of finding solutions as well. So there will be the give and take going on between planets, but the majority of problems for the morning, afternoon are going to be troublesome. The evening and nightfall session, these planets want to make you very bossy, very strict, very stubborn, and very dominating. So having heard that from me, do the opposite. Let others take the lead. Be very polite. Be very flexible. Be negotiable and approachable as well. And you will be able to turn the whole day, morning, noon, evening, and nightfall, into a much better perspective in all areas for your life. June the 6th starts beautifully for you. And the morning afternoon session, you get very lucky in the sense you may get good news at work. Even before you leave home is all very friendly, and the good news at work or good news in business can be there. Looking for romance, morning and afternoon sessions can give you some good leads. And so at your place of work or in business, concentrate on the morning and afternoon session to get things done and to secure a better short-term future for yourself. Why only in the morning and afternoon sessions? Because as the evening and nightfall comes in, 2 planets move in, and they make you again rebellious and angry and non-conformative, which means you just don't go according to the plans of others, you don't obey rules and regulations. And as the evening goes to nightfall, these couple of planets get stronger, and they can make you a person who, through your rebelliousness, causes a lot of differences with others as well on this Tuesday. So if you don't have to socialize, I'd rather you go back home, because accidents are also very possible. Accidents are not only those that are created on the road while you're driving or walking or running or whatever. There can be emotional accidents, verbal accidents, so provocation is all around you during the evening and nightfall session. June the 7th starts very nicely for you coming from Taurus. So you start very well, and the possibilities of good news and advancement in career, in business, marriage areas, communicate with your marriage partner, morning, afternoon session, very nice bonding is taking place, and your romance as well. Looking for romance, if it comes, it may come in a very strange way, like somebody who is a foreigner or from another country or from far away may be interested in you. So I like your morning and afternoon sessions. During the evening and nightfall sessions, very fast planets move in, and these planets automatically make you impatient, hasty. So you may be a victim of cancellations of plans or delays of plans, or waiting for news to come which doesn't come, and that makes you restless. They can also make you very argumentative. So evening and nightfall session, watch out not to do all these negative things which I've mentioned. Otherwise you are also going to attract accidents, because you'll want to get to where you are in the quickest time, and that will open you up to accidents, being hasty and impatient. So the day doesn't end very well for you. If you don't have to socialize, I'd rather you don't. But then again, these planets who are not very stable in Taurus, they can enhance your communication, and they can enhance some business news as well. So if you do have to socialize, listen to what I'm saying and tell yourself, I have to be careful what I say and what I do. June the 8th doesn't start very well for you, and June the 8th can cause disappointments and frustration and also depression. So somebody you hear from your past, somebody you meet who is from your past, can also contribute to these problems. The news at your place of work or in business is depressing, and it is news that doesn't give you a solution so quickly. So be patient in the morning and afternoon session, as planets are moving very slowly, and these planets are not helpful. So they just keep you dangling, whether looking for romance, looking for solutions in your marriage, whether wanting to get some results from your boss if you have a job, or whether in business looking for some kind of lead. Morning, afternoon sessions go slow. Since these planets are going slow, go along with them slow. That way you won't create more trouble. But I like your evening and nightfall sessions very much. These planets can make you very lucky. Now these planets are also there, these good planets, in the morning, afternoon session, but they are not allowed to do much. So they give you little hints of what can happen good, but there's no follow-up, so thereby the frustration. But the evening and nightfall session, these two planets who are good for you are very strong. And so they are there to stay for the evening and nightfall session. If you're looking for romance and you may not get news or be frustrated as nothing is happening from the person you are interested in the morning, afternoon session, don't worry. Evening and nightfall session, good news can come. And if you're wanting to meet business contacts that you couldn't somehow manage in the morning, afternoon, the evening, nightfall session helps you. And even getting good news from your boss will come during the evening, nightfall session. So socialize. Use the evening and nightfall session to help yourself end the day very nicely. Let's go to the 9th of June. Now that starts really very badly. Conflict, provocation, opposition, confrontation. All that's very possible in the morning, afternoon, and even early evening period. These planets are encroaching into your evening area as well. So the fact that you attract all this trouble, you cannot quickly blame anybody else. This message is for you. So tell yourself as you wake up, I have to take the soft approach, which means use words which are polite and soft. Use a body language which is polite and soft, so that all your actions and your verbalness becomes nice and soft. That way you can tame these couple of nasty planets who want to actually make you the opposite and show your temper and aggressiveness, use words which are very rude or sarcastic. So you can beat them at their own game. And if you remind yourself every other minute of the day, take the soft approach. you will be able to tame these planets and at least reduce their fury against you, morning and afternoon session. The evening and nightfall session improves a lot. And now talks of holidays, talks of plans, of travel, meeting somebody who is from another country or of another race who is interested in you and wants to be with you, and maybe you meet this person socializing. The chance of getting good news while you're socializing evening and nightfall is very strong. So save all your energy. Don't start wrecking things in the morning afternoon session, and use this evening nightfall session to improve and find solutions where earlier you could not find. So you end your evening nightfall session quite well. 10th of June, many arrogant planets are there, and these arrogant planets can make you isolated because you are not going to be part of the team. Your level of tolerance will be very low, your level of arrogance will be very high, and of course others are not going to cooperate with you. And how much can you do on your own? So it's a Saturday, and if you are working on this Saturday, watch out that you can't get things done unless you actually are nice to people. And if you are on a holiday and with your marriage and family people, or with your romance partner, or if you are going to make some dates to be with your colleagues or with your boss or bosses, or you want to tie up with your business people, yes, I would say you need to be very cautious, because the evening and nightfall period is not very helpful as well. So on this 10th of June, which is a Saturday, it starts making you a difficult person, and it ends making you find difficulties. So be the opposite. Take the soft approach during the morning afternoon session. Be patient as you are frustrated, and disappointment could be cancellations, could be disappointments, could be meeting someone from your past you're not happy to see, could be getting news that makes you somehow not happy. So I'd rather you don't socialize. I'd rather